give without asking in return in the beginning. Just give. And the longer you give, the more social currency you build. And the more of that social currency that you have in the future, you can cash it in.
I'm so totally going to show you this because it's cracking me up. There's Chris. And like, there's a...
Whoa, this is cool. I like it.
Thank you so much for joining me, Vin, and our next episode of Be The Drop. This is the first ever that I've done not face-to-face, so we're going to see how it goes. I'd like for you to explain your item of significance.
My item is, it's a magic book. So it's the Australian Magician's Handbook. And the reason this is significant to me is because this was the first magic book I ever received. And I stole it from the library, which was hilarious but I have to tell you the story. Mum and Dad used to drop us off at the library after school because it was free childcare, essentially. And we would, all these little Asian kids, because my entire family would be going to the library. And what would happen is at the end of every single childcare session or library session, we were always playing cards. We were always playing with card games, Snap and everything. And then one day the librarian there gave me a book specifically and said, why don't you try something different? And it was this book. And I loved it so much, I never gave it back, and that was my first crime I ever committed. But this introduced me to the world of magic.
And now how does that connect you to your community?
You know, because magic is my metaphor. I use magic when I speak. I use magic as an example when I'm with people. Because I found all the common threads from the world of magic and the world of business, the world of life. It literally has become my way of communicating. So that's how it connects me to my community. Great question. That was good. I like that.
You're doing a lot of speaking at different conferences. I see you know, traipsing around everywhere speaking. So what's that community? You know,
that's a career path in a community or a group of people that I never expected to even be a career path. So literally there are, in America, I found out the stats, every single day there are at least 4,000 events that happen every day where a speaker is being financially rewarded. That's the marketplace. So when I discovered there was this whole speaking industry, I was like, wow, I really want to do it.
So you're obviously using video a lot, and you've got a video production company that you've started. Can you just give us a bit of background around your thoughts around video and the importance of video content?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the first thing is that with video content on most platforms is being the most rewarded. It's the piece of content or piece of marketing that's getting the most organic reach anyway on most of the social media platforms. So that's definitely a massive reason why you should do it. The second reason is there's one rule in the world of videography, and it's simple. It's what you can show, don't tell. If a picture speaks 1,000 words, then my goodness, a video speaks millions. So I think if you understand, and you have to also audit yourself and go, do you have the talent to be on video? You know, there are a lot of businesses out there who they take someone that doesn't have the right ingredients, puts them in front of the camera. That's got to do more damage than good. And I'm starting to see a lot of that. When we're overwhelmed by it and we're not willing to spend to get people to help us with it, that's when we get into trouble.
And I suppose that applies to business as well then, like constantly working on the business to improve and grow.
Absolutely. And again, it's got synergies to magic, right? Because there's a quote in the world of magic where a magician named Teller from Penn and Teller, he says that magic is just someone spending more time on something than anybody reasonably expects. And that's all that magic is. So when you see a magician perform a piece of magic, it's so astonishing. It's so incredible. Same thing when you see Steve Jobs or you see Elon Musk build a company. It's so amazing. You're so blown away by it. It's like magic. It's like seeing magic. But when you think about it, he's just spent more time on creating electric cars than anybody has reasonably expected.
What I like to do to conclude the interview, though, is for you to share, so Vin's Be The Drop tip. Now, a Be The Drop tip is your top communication tip.
You must learn how to amplify the best parts of who you are. So you have to become super aware of what are all your strengths. And once you identify what your strengths are with the help of others, because you can't do it on your own, because none of us have enough self-awareness to do that. Once you become aware of all of those strengths, you have to seek help on how do we amplify it? How do we amplify this? Because you have to look at yourself or your business as a lighthouse. And the way you amplify your strengths, that's going to send the signal out into the ocean that's going to attract the right ships. And if you're not clear on what your strengths are and you don't amplify it, then A, you're a lighthouse potentially attracting the wrong customers, the wrong community. Or B, you've got the right strengths, but you're not sending that signal out far enough. So you're just sending it out around the shore. And you're wondering, why the hell am I not gaining any traction? So first thing is first, like I said, strength, and then amplify the shit out of it. I'm a small individual from a refugee family, born in South Australia, born and bred here from the northern suburbs. You know, as you all know, that's #ghetto. Still live in the northern suburbs. And I was able to amplify my light far enough that companies from all around the world book my video production company and also book me as a speaker. So again, it really comes down to how well you can shine that light of yours and how far you can shine it. So just wanted to give you that to give context for.
Your light is very, very bright. So thank you for sharing it. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you, Amelia.